themselves into the environments. And yeah, so basically a lot of projects like going on at the same time, but also I don't want to like just do things and imagine things for myself. But rather, I want to get instant feedback. That's the reason I like build everything in public. Yeah, so I can get first instant feedback, and a second, I know where the market is going, right? Especially with the artificial intelligence, you know, you can technically you can actually do everything rely on AI nowadays, and I still want to get a little bit human touch, okay? Because we human love to talk to human, and you know um, that's just my my understanding of the situation right now, because yeah, a lot of people actually said to me like, why the heck like doing this like you know human involvement, okay? Why not just build the products? You work as a programmer, right? So you should be able to like build product with pretty ease, especially with the like AI agent recently. And yeah, I think, yeah, um even though I can do that, technically I can do that, but it's kind of like lose the human touch, right? So that's the reason I'm still like doing this, add a little bit human touch, and yeah. So yeah, also I want to like show a constant social media presence. So um, how to say that? So a lot of folks know that I'm always there, right? I'm the creator of things. Hey, hello, Fever. Welcome. So the reason for me doing that is that I want to keep present, like social media present. So those of you who like joined bootcamp, as well as a lot of students actually like give up when they try to learn something, right? It's just it's like a phase. They get really into certain thing, and then really they don't want uh, anything to do with that learning at all. And I think it's you know they normally don't give up on social media, right? So if I keep like the social media presence, right? So a lot of people actually see, oh, while they're browsing like and this reel whatever, and they say, oh, I remember this person, right? This guy is a developer, and they develop like VR games, and they develop apps, and they do a lot of education videos, and oh, I just remember that I need to learn yeah, I need to learn whatever, maybe Japanese, something like that, and then keep those folks interested, as well as remind themselves, oh, they need to learn, and I don't think this can be achieved by pure AI, okay? Because AI can't like force you to learn things. They can't actually do that. They can't. They can only remind you, send you a reminder, say that you need to do something. But there's no way that you fully rely on AI. So you have to know, oh, that person, your mates, actually want you to do something like that. So I think that may be a good strategy, if you will. Okay. Yeah, so that's the reason I keep like streaming. It's a little bit social experiment. I keep streaming every day, like non-stop for hello, hello, Celia. I don't know whether I say that correctly. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm just talking about why in the age of AI I'm still doing this, and I shoot like just using AI to code things, and try to do this like programmatically, using like AI agents, something like that. But why I'm still doing this, because I really want to add a little bit like a human touch. Hey, hello, Cecil, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so so the strategy here is that while I'm building the boot camp, like Japanese boot camp. By the way, if you like search like Google search Japanese bootcamp. I'm the first one, right? I'm ranking the first, so that's the reason I like stream this process of how I build that bootcamp. This is like a backstage, okay, behind the scene content, and I'm actually like working very hard every day to add more content to that bootcamp. And the reason for that is that I got like a lot of camera around me that is streaming at the same time while I'm recording. This is like a main camera at the top, and so I want let you folks feel that it's connected. All right, we're all connected, and I'm always there. So while you like mindlessly browse through this now, me as a person, not as an AI automatic reminder, may remind you that there are something that you need to learn, right? You need to commit to, and there are friends still they're waiting for you. So that's like sort of a peer pressure, social pressure that hints. Oh, you're Indonesia. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So yeah, I'm also working try to there is like a AI that can translate your content to like a different language, like di- like distribute that to different channels, and yeah, and like they're like clip different content, like for example, if you stream for a pretty long time, they like that you like clip a little bit content and make it viral, and yeah, I use that tool a little bit, but yeah, as I said, this is like an AI enabled thing, and but without a little bit human's touch, I think it's really bad. And I've done that, and obviously the algorithm don't like it, and algorithm don't like it is just a fancy way to say that the person who view this content don't like it, okay, and I think this is kind of like a feedback loop that reminds me that you need to add a little bit of human touch. That's the reason I keep like streaming all this every day. Okay, so yeah, Japanese bootcamp. So we talk about. Let me quickly pick up where we just left yesterday. I think this is like ni. As I said, like ni is a very hard grammatical point because it got like a different meanings. Okay, it got the like yeah. Let me see my content. Sorry, na degree. Okay, connecting adjective. Yeah, we'll talk about the article. I think it's article. Yeah. So there ni. Yeah, we talk about ni, and we just finished with one. Hi, angry Ichi. Yeah, welcome to the stream. This is behind scene content of me making my ultimate Japanese boot camp. Sorry, sorry. I got my coffee like freezed, and I'm going to like after I finish with this, I would like to go out and pick up my coffee. And normally there's just stream routine like this. It's like when I finish with all the coffee, and I'll end today's stream and doing the coding because I'm still work as a programmer. So I do a tons of coding, and this is like a side project, also a community that I do, and also I want to first build community. So I know what you folks really need, and also like developing a VR game that can make it more immersive. And yeah, I'm a very interesting person. Okay, so let's continue. We talk about need, indirect object, right? 彼、私は彼に本をあげました. Yeah, that's where we left. And let's continue. Let's continue. Complete Japanese grammar like a bimbo ninja. Let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to. By the way, this is behind the scenes, so you won't be able to see the actual content that I wrote on my computer because I got a black screen, not black screen, but rather a green screen that I carved myself out, and project that on my computer screen. So the main camera is at that place. So yeah, I'm going to put the main camera and I'm going to look that way. So basically the routine like this is like a session by session. So I will like look at that way, not with at the camera, right? Sorry. So I have to look at that way. I record certain session, and then I will look at the chat to look at whether you folks have some, chat as well as some um, questions, some topic that you want to discuss. I'll talk to you folks if you got a specific need that want me to talk and to explain something like that, and we can like chat and hang out, do whatever I want, and do whatever you folks want, and then I will go back to continue that session, and that session, the next session, will be maybe the next session is that based on the chatting, based on the needs, then I will get instant feedback to channel all that into the main bootcamp. So it's a constantly evolving bootcamp. So yeah, that's the reason the ranking first on Google. Okay, so just to Google search Japanese bootcamp, I'm the first. Okay, and I have recorded a lot of bootcamp that's ranking really high, Google wise. So yeah, so let's continue. So we talk about ni. Okay, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. So sorry. Oh, 日本をいやに私は彼に本をあげました。It's the indirect object. Okay, indirect object. Let's continue. Indirect object. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see this clearly. Alright. Have a little bit drink of water and I'm going to continue. Alright? Alright. 本をあげました。本をあげました。Okay, let me quickly check whether the stream is like streaming successfully. I don't want to get like break the stream. Okay, so I'm going to check just one more time and just to see if everything's run smoothly, and I'm going to continue our yeah. Okay, I'm going to increase the volume a tiny little bit. Hello. Yeah, I can actually hear that. Alright, so yeah, got no problem at all. So hopefully everything runs smoothly as well. So ni. Okay, I got something crazy that I want to do is to okay so just wait for 10 minutes. I want to add another because it just remind me that I forgot to boot another I forgot to add another string, so sorry. Where should I? Okay, plus. Okay, how to start streaming? Let me check. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Sorry. Draft discover phone fast. Okay, let me quickly search for it. You can essentially search for everything. So yeah, I know lots of preparations. So that's the reason I'm going to stream a little bit more. Hi, Gas Andrew. Hey, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm still like doing a little bit of research, um, because I have to like get everything prepared. It's like one man's team. I got like a camera around me while I'm doing the main recording, so I have to make most use of my time. So I have to do a little bit research. Sorry, I have to um, okay. Hey, hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, I can't do that on my phone. Can I do that on my phone? Okay, let me quickly. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah. So you need to go to the creator center in order to get the stream. Sorry. So yeah, I need to get a tons of like this to plug into my phone because streaming is in fact pretty um, consuming, battery consuming. So yeah, I'm typing the things that to start the stream because uh, I will put as many phone as possible, so I can record uh, because I need to like distribute this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can actually. Oh, that can make my face a little bit slimmer. I don't know how much it actually worked. There's all this like AI slimming is like a crazy. Okay. Seems that I can. Yeah, I can actually do this. I can actually do this. So let's. Ooh, yeah, I drop it. Oh my god. So yeah, it's a little bit dangerous. Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous. So let me exit it. Let me exit. Yeah, it seems that I have to um make it okay. Let me just quickly airdrop. I think that'll be quicker. Airdrop everyone. Yeah, I can't believe the airdrop. Like you can't just airdrop to anybody. You have to airdrop to anyone who like yeah. Why is that? Why can't I change that to everyone for 10? Let's just do that again. Okay, there's something wrong with the oh, because the camera is working. and sort of block out everything, which is bad. Because if I exit, I don't know whether it will continue to stream. Oh, hello. Yeah, a lot of folks actually come to stream. Welcome. I'm still doing the preparation. Since today, I'm really sorry. Today's preparation is a little bit longer than other days. So I will stream for a little bit longer. So sorry. Yeah, pretty weird. And I have to buy more camera stands because yeah, I just put out here and it's just suddenly dropped, and it's a little bit dangerous, I think. Yeah, I know how to do this, so I'm going to make it stop. Yeah. So let's let's okay. Let's first. I want to airdrop this photo to my yeah, maybe forgot about this. Maybe just forget about everything. Okay, because I can just do that without worry about anything. So let me quickly check. Okay, I'm going to use this battery as a quick stance, so I can have more traction on the platform as well as on the floor. Traction hub. Yeah, and yeah, I got it more. Yeah, let me quickly check. Center. Yeah. Okay, I might as well just take a photo of myself. Okay, I think that's more quicker way. I thought about um, like like using the previous other photos, and then I think this is the easier one, and hopefully I can do both. I'm going to put a battery, plug it in, and let's put somewhere safe. I don't want to get accidentally dropped. Oh, yeah. Really dangerous. Let me think of a place to put it. Where to put? Maybe. This, I don't use the battery as a stand. Okay, and this use battery and put it here. Yeah, I can't possibly put it without dropping it. So I might as well just don't do that. Okay, I just don't do that. And put it here. Taking camera. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I got it. I just take a photo. Yeah, I got it. And it says that it's heating. Okay, it says it's heating, and so what I'm going to do is to plug it in, right? To plug it in, and Yeah, it says it's really hitting. So can I um bu- 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 can I just could say okay, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, pretty weird. Oh my gosh, it's pretty weird. I can. Yeah, how to do that? Yeah, I don't know how to add things. It's a bit weird. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Okay, does not really matter. I just want this camera to be, yeah, the charging. Let me just to get rid of charging because the charging doesn't really matter, right? And it's just another camera approximately here. Yeah, that maybe the angle is a little bit weird. Let me put that in a correct angle here, hopefully. Yeah, that should do. That should do. So when the battery is running out, that means I'm dangerously long. Hello, Emily. Welcome. Yeah, if the battery is already running out, that means I'm dangerously long while streaming. So yeah, let's continue. And yeah, let's get this rolling. And I booted the main camera at that place, so I'm going to get started. Right, Squid, welcome to the stream. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. And I spent like 30 minutes doing preparation. Okay, that's just too much. Okay, so we should continue. All right, let's continue. So we talk about knee, right? Let me type it down for you. So knee, hiragana no knee. As I said, knee is very, very difficult and very complex. You got like at least a four characterization of meanings, right? You got like indirect objects, like we just discussed. For example, 私は彼に本をあげました。Right? I gave him a book. Maybe pretty easy in English, right? Right? 私は立派です。Right? So 私は彼に本を Let me just pretend this is a phone, right? This is the home, not this is a phone, and home is like the book in Japanese. So 私は彼に本をあげました。Right? あげました。Like I gave him, so it's past tense. I gave him a book. So basically there is a like indirect relationship involved. Not just so he is not the direct recipient of the action. Okay? So the hong is the direct recipient of action because hong or that or is the direct object marker, right? Hong o agemasu. Hong o agemashita, right? But he is the indirect object. So he is a recipient of the whole hong o agemashita. This whole action. He's the recipient of the whole action. So yeah, so indirect object. So basically, 彼に is like to him, right? I did all this 本をあげました no action to him, right? So yeah, quick review. I know it's really, really hard, but you know what? It get easier. It get easier because the first indirect object is a concept that English speaking students don't understand. Okay, once you got this under your belt, let's look at the second, destination and direction. So a very, very typical example of a destination and the direction is most of the time general rule of thumb, right? Using verbs of motion, right? So basically, you're going to say you go to some places, right? So yeah, let me just quickly give you an example. So for example, 学校, 学校 is like school, right? 学校. You got like a little bit stop here. 学校に you got a ni here. 学校に行きます. Right? Let's just quickly decompose this thing, right? 学校に行きます. 学校 is a typical meshi, so it's a typical noun, right? And that means school, right? You will see this a lot in the anime, right? A lot of anime actually got the settings that actually happens at 学校, right? And it's a typical N5 word, so yeah, you should be able to understand this right now. So 学校 is a school, right? So let's talk about the ni. 学校に ni is a typical joshi. So it's adding some functionality to the whole sentence, so you get a better structure of the whole sentence, right? So the ni here is for direction, for destination. And sometimes I just express this as a destination or direction particle. We're still talking about the particle here, like o, ni, wa, na, all that particle. But this is a typical direction destination particle. Why is that? Because it shows the direction and shows the destination. Okay? So, for example, you can say like 学校に行きます. That's already that's already an example. 学校に行きます. Like 着く. 着く is like a 到着する. 着きます. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, let me use this by introducing another destination. So for example, 学校に行きます. That means it's the destination, it's the 目的地, right? It's the destination that you want to go, like a こに. That before the ni is your destination, right? 学校に行きます. But you can also say 駅. Eki, you'll see this a lot, right? Eki is the station. So 駅に 着きます. It's like 到着, but you added a ni. And you can say 駅に着きました. Right? So your past tense. 駅に着きました. That means did you arrive at the destination? Okay? Ni indicates that's the destination. Okay? So for example, you go to home. So 家に帰る. 帰る. It's like go back home, right? 家に帰る. So 家に帰ります. 家に帰りました. Past, right? You arrive at home. And then you can sort of just change all this into different things, like a kombini, something like that. So you can also do that. So you just need to change the destination, change direction, like kombini ni. Like I want to go there, or I went there. Like ikimashita. I went there, right? Really, really, really simple. And things are really, really simple. I'm going to introduce you another so you can compare. So that's the strategy here. So most of the time you're going to learn a specific thing, and then you're going to learn the specific another thing, and then you can compare these two things. right? So you're not just learning the integral, like an inner part of one thing, but rather you will learn another thing and see the connection. What's the edges? What's distinguished from one thing to another thing? Okay, so that's the strategy here. So let's continue to continue this discussion in my next video. All right, that's the one down, right? Okay. Okay. It seems that I can't use English to stream, which is pretty weird. Okay. Okay, it doesn't really matter because I'm actually using English. So it's sort of a need to change to another language to stream. I don't know why they give me a warning like this, but yeah, what the heck. If they think that using English to stream is not good, I will just stop streaming altogether. Doesn't really matter, okay? So, let's continue. I'm just going to. Okay. Yeah. I'll just stop streaming on this specific platform because it does not allow me to use English to stream, which is very, very not inclusive. Okay, so um, it doesn't really matter because, yeah, because I don't really care about that platform. To be honest, that's my honest opinion. Okay, because I'm not like too eager to do anything. So I'm going to just handling this forbid me to use English to stream scenario, and then I will continue. All right, sorry. So let me quickly get this done. Okay. Yeah. Let me quickly think. Let me think. Let me think about this. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it turns out I can't do this because let me think. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to find a way. Okay. Okay, I know. Hi, Anthony. Welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to solve something. Okay, so just wait a tiny little bit. Uh, I will solve this in no time. Yeah, got it. Yeah, hello. Hello, Anthony. Hope you're still there. I'm back. I am back, and yeah. It turns out I can't use English to stream on specific platform, and that platform gave me a little bit warning, right? And sort of shadow banned me. Uh, but but uh, I don't care. Okay, I just quit that platform. Okay. just wait for a little bit. Yeah, and I'm going to solve this problem on this phone right here, right now. This is normally how I done things. Okay, if I encounter some problem, I'll just solve that at that on the spot. Okay, and then I will continue. It's just simply how I function, and hopefully that's can yeah solved. Hopefully that's pretty quick, solved instantly. All right, so I just changed a different platform to start streaming. How quick is that? How quick is that, and how easy it is to go stream, and yeah, I'm live. As simple as that. So yeah, so I don't really like uh, so I don't really care about whether allow me to do something or does not allow me to do another thing. So I just change the platform. So that's how easy it is. So yeah, so here I got tons of yeah, yeah, sorted, finished, get everything sorted. How brilliant am I? Okay, I already got. Yeah. I got everything sorted. Yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, I still got like camera around me and the major camera at the top. So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. I don't know whether this can allow me to like chat, join chat or whatever, but you know what? Just to make the full use of things. Why I'm live. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use the air plug. Just wait a bit. Because I don't want you folks to be confused. So I think I'm going to get all this Bluetooth disconnected, so it won't get connected to my ear. Yeah, hopefully that will do. Hopefully that will do. And the main camera, let me just. This is like AI tracking camera that sort of can follow you around, which is good. Which is good. The angle is not correct. I think the angle is not correct. Let me just move it. Yeah. Hopefully it won't drop, right? So hopefully, still. Ooh, it's then dangerously at this place. So maybe I can move it to here, and hopefully it can. Yeah, won't work. So let me check that. Okay, just put it here. Oh, I can change the direction here. Can I do this? No. Okay. I don't want to flip the camera. Actually, flip the camera. Let's pretty bad angle. Let me quickly check it. Okay, so but here it changed it to here. Bad. Yeah. Being a little bit conundrum here. What about? Yeah, I will try one more thing. If it didn't work, I'll just go on with this. So I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it here. And hopefully it will create a temporary bridge. And I can put it on here. And it also is like a quick charger. Yeah, it can work. Brilliant. 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 Yeah, I got it. I got everything sorted. Brilliant. Oh my gosh. That's good. That's good. I'm proud of myself. Yeah. By the way, yeah, plug is a little bit bad. So by the way, I always stick with the rule that if this thing is like a mother rule, right? So if this thing make your mother proud, sadly my mom passed, but I still stick to this rule, right? So if you do this, you're doing this, and you make your mother proud, then this is the correct thing. Okay, so that's sort of like an ethical test that I often like use this to test myself. Yeah, things. Sorry, things I already spent a little bit longer than usual to get everything set up. I have to do a little bit more streaming than usual, which is good because I love to chat with the folks. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, coffee shoe. Oh my god, pretty amazing name. Yeah, coffee shoe. Welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's continue. We're going to do the like comparison of ni as well as e. And you might see me like going crazy by rehearsing a little bit. That's how I function. That's how I work. So yeah, let me quickly check whether I'm live or not. That's how I function. Yeah, I'm actually live. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm going to switch it back. Alright, so as promised, we are going to do a very quick comparison of ni as well as e. That e is actually typed h and e, right? E, so e. And so if you just type e, that's like this like something like that, something like that. So I prefer to use the H and E to type something like this. Okay, so but this is also like right? So a lot of students actually got pretty confused about these two because all this is kind of just showing the direction, right? Like yeah, like 学校に行きますと学校へ行きます is almost the same, right? It's kind of the same. But I personally think that If you don't know any difference, there is no confusion here, you can just stick with ni or e, doesn't really matter, right? So basically it's どちらも OK. どちらも OK だが、there is a little bit nuance, right? And that's the reason I'm going to record this video to showcase the nuance. So 日常会話では、日常の会話は general rule of thumb is ni. If you're confused about the e and ni, ni の方がよく使われる。So, statistics speaking, the ni, if you say ni, the nuance is most likely to be correct, right? So, for example, 学校に行きます. Then just use ni. But if you want to use e, it's more stress about the 方法, right? 方法性だけ. But whether you have 到着, whether you have arrived, is still a little bit 曖昧, right? It's still a little bit not sure you already 到着 at that place or not. It's just saying that you just moving to that direction. Okay? So for example, you say like 学校へ行きます. But you may just get out of the door and try to go to school, but still maybe you change your mind and never going to like arrive at the school. You may just become like Shinigami, something like that. You just become just anime sort of thing, okay? Then you try to save the world and never go to school. So you might say 学校へ行きます is that's just a 方法, just a general direction. I'm moving towards, I'm trying to go to school's direction, but 到着するかどうかはlittle bit 曖昧ですね. Little bit vague. I don't want to specifically say that I arrived. But needs like stressing 到着, stressing the 目的地, stressing this is the destination of your specific trip. It's not just a general 方法, right? So yeah, that's a little bit difference. But if you don't want to get too deep into this, or if you don't want this like a nuance sort of thing, you just need to use ni, and most of the time, generally speaking, it's correct. Okay? So, for example, you can say, I don't want to go to work, right? You can say, 会社に行きたくない, right? So basically, I don't want 行きたくない. 行きたい is like I want to go. 行きたくない is like yeah, I don't want to go. Yeah. So for example, you want to go to Japan. 日本に行きたいんです. Right? So I want, it's not that I try to move towards Japan, right? You're like driving your boat, something like that. You want to move to Japan, but rather you want to actually arrive at Japan and try to visit Japan, try to travel in Japan. So 日本に行きたいんです. Right? So for example, you want to go to supermarket. So it's like a super. So short, supermarket, スーパーに. Normally we go to buy things. So 買い物. 買い物. 買い物 literally means buy 物. 物 is thing. Buy thing. 買い物. So literally this whole thing means to buy thing. This whole action. 買い物に. And then you're going to go. So 行きます. So スーパーに買い物に行きます. Okay? So you sort of get the 目的, the destination, the ultimate goal that you want to achieve is, using ni, and most time using ni. So for example, the general rule of thumb is that using ni, we are going to add in the 動詞, right? Adding the verb, for example, 行く, 来る, など, plus, ni plus 動詞. Then mainly like 目的地とか到着とかA は違いますね。A は is 方法だけです。方法。Sorry? 方法。方向。方向だけですね。Just a general direction. Okay? So, yeah, that's basically the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. Whew. Fo- focus. Yeah. 使い分け. This is like the outline as well as the inner content. Basically it's just how I understand things. You need to learn this inner circle thing as well as the differences. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to I'm going to make this example a little bit easier for you folks to understand by making I'm going to make it two. And so the first one here is destination, 目的地. So, 会社に行きたくない。私はね、会社に行きたくない。Nobody want to go to 会社, right? Unless some really, excite me. Normally, 会社に行きたくない。スーパーに買い物に行きます。ほうほう。So yeah, let's do this again by making it the third one. Yeah, 23. Alright, スーパーに、買い物に行きます。Oh. Yeah, I did not actually give you folks the A example. Yeah, I think I made a mistake because I didn't give you the A example, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to re-record this because, yeah, you need to know the actual two differences in order to understand. So I just give you folks the ni example, the A example. I did not actually record. Yeah, my bad. I need to do that again. So sorry. My bad. I'm going to add a little bit distinguish for this. Yeah, so sorry, we did not actually add any example of a. So I think in order to make a very good understanding of distinction between the ni and a, you have to actually practice a little bit about a, right? So let me just give you some example. So for example, 学校, this example we already have, but let's just compare these two. 学校に行きます。Right? と学校へ行きます。So what's the difference here? So ni, first of course, these two, the same. Okay? All correct. But what we are talking about is a little bit nuanced. Like 学校に行きます is that I set the school as my final destination, right? And I tend to go to school and arrive at school. 到着. You got that sort of a nuance, a little bit hints at here. Okay? But 学校へ行きます. If you just type E, it will be E, something like that. It's H and E is the E. 学校へ行きます. It's like I go to school, but I go towards school. So 方向ですね。方向。向かうの漢字. So it's like I move towards that direction without actually saying it. Just by changing this particle from ni to e. And there are a lot of like a fixed expression that involved a, right? So for example, like 日本へ行きたいんです. We talk about日本. 日本に行きたいんです。と日本へ行きたいんです. Let's talk about へ. 日本へ行きたいんです. It's like direction. Like it's not even the physical direction, right? But rather it's more like the what's the planning of your future? What's the direction of your life? So it's like a 未来へ未来への方向ですね。日本へ行きたいんです。It's like 未来への方向。せーの。含めの。It's like in the future, right? In the future. Yeah, I'm going to go to, right? And yeah, it's like a vector. Yeah, very good thinking. It's like a vector with direction, but not just like saying this is the mukdiki, right? So yeah, so pretty good. And another, so for example, solar, the sky, solar, へ飛んでいけ。空へ飛んでいけ。Fly into the sky. Fly towards the sky. So 空へ飛んでいけ. Something like that. Yeah, pretty romantic sort of thing. But you can't say 空に飛んでいけ. It's like you arrive. You sort of set the sky, it's like a destination. You open the Google map, you set destination to sky, something like that. Then you use ni, right? Because it's like the mokdekji. It's like the thing, the place that you want to arrive. But this is more like you jump towards the sky, right? It's more like a vector, as said. It's very good thinking. It's like a vector, mathematically vector. but it's not that you are going to just arrive at the sky station, but rather a general direction. So 空へ、飛んでいけ. Okay? And of course, sometimes you want to say that I'm heading towards home, right? This is just some common expression I want to stress because it's more natural this way. And as I said, that most of the time, a and ni interchangeable, but most of the time you can get away with ni. But this is like am heading back home, right? Yeah, home. へ帰ります. So I'm heading back home, right? So basically, this is like if you say 家に帰ります, it's more 硬い. It's more stress that I will going home tonight, right? I will go home tonight. I will not going to, hang out with your folks. Like 家に帰ります. That is very, very even rude in some situation because you are stressing you want to go home. Okay? But this is like 家へ帰ります. It's like ぼんやりですね. Likeぼんやり is like the 行く方向はjust 柔らかいの. Yeah, kind of. It's like I'm like walking, generally like hang out and towards the home direction, sort of a thing. So it's not like you are stressing. I want that destination, right? I want to go home, and I will arrive at home, right? So, yeah, that's a little bit difference, and yeah. So basically the 方向. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, a little bit of rest. So basically it's like I'm recording this bootcamp now. This is like a behind the scene sort of thing. And I will record, I will talk to you folks. I got like a little camera like streaming and yeah, so building public. Yeah, に yeah, more finish, and I think I can, yeah, I think I can continue. に direction, and then it's like a specific time. Yeah, I think we can use specific time. なるほど. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I try to explain things in English, but sometimes I can't even get the nuance of English correct. So hopefully that can explain things. Yeah. And then the ni also is about specific time, right? 特定 no time. So, and then there are some exceptions because you can't say, for example, 今日 like 今日、昨日、今、毎日, something like that. You don't need to use ni, so it's a lot of exception. Like 毎日食べます. You don't need to say like 毎日に食べます. But if a specific like, yeah, it's just some specific, yeah, I think it's worth adding to the bootcamp because hi Face, welcome to the stream, and because there are a lot of like 今日、明日, like 今、毎日, something like that. You don't need to actually add like 毎日に食べます, like 今に帰ります, but rather it's just like 今帰ります. Right? So it's sort of like omission, but that omission is necessary. So it's not a rule that we need to remember, but rather an exception that we need to remember. So Alexa, facilis. So sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome. And yeah, so I think that's just worth noting. Like 使わないのケース。使いのケースは多いので、使わないケース。So ぼんやりした。Yeah, so I think that's worth adding. That's worth adding. So I'm going to record another. So so ね、特定の時間ポイント。特定の時間に何かをするときに、曜日とか月曜日に、Yeah, I think that's it. Like 月曜日にテストがあります。Like, 帰国の時間とか、Yeah. Also, I think that's necessary. Like 8月10日に帰国します。So it's specific, like specific time. Yeah. Yeah, specific time also need to add ni. Especially if like very detailed time, right? Yeah. And no, 今. But if you use like some expression like 今帰国します, we don't need need. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like 明日帰国します. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I think that's true. Yeah, so yeah, let me reply a little bit. And yeah. So his kid yeah. His kid, then the order is different. So I have to explain the order, especially if it's like English order is like August the 10th, right? And August 10th, 2025. Okay, August 10th. But like in Japan, it's like a little bit different. So I think, yeah, like English this is different. Yeah, I think this is like more natural ways because it's like the date and the month and the year is like mathematic, adding things, right? So 年月日の10番a lots of country actually follow this order, but the English is 逆ですね. So English is actually like the nen. Yeah, it's like the 月 then 日 then, right? Like August 10th, like 2025, right? But Japan is like the normal order, right? So yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think I will just give a specific section to discuss this, um, because that involves a lot of things that will derail from our grammar. Um, so yeah, 日付日付は yeah 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 it's a big international debate. Yeah, he's gay. So I think I will record a specific section to discuss this because it can't serve as a extension. I know I try to um, I try to explain that everything that involved, but I don't want to derail too much from the main stem, right? I follow certain stem to explain things and try to use examples to broaden this stem a little bit, like the leaves, right? But I don't want to, derail too much, and then this will involve a little bit too much, so if folks get distracted. But but yeah, the heat scare is also a very big topic. I don't want to get too into this, but things we were discussing about knee, I think will involve a tiny little bit of hi Bill, welcome. Yeah, so I want to add a tiny little bit. So yeah, let's continue our recording, and I'm going to take a little bit of break by yeah, because I like cold brew my coffee, and I'm going to bring my coffee and finish this drink, and we can continue. Right? So today I'm going to do a little bit more um, than usual because previously I spent too much time like setting all these stream environments, which is a lot. It's like you got tons of things and you got like a main thing at the top. Yeah, wait for me. Get the coffee. Alright. So but the stream will still continue. I'm just gonna go back really quickly. Okay. Yeah, where's my? Where's my? Okay. I'm back. I climb all the way back. Yeah, I climb all the way back. Data. Nice thing about Japanese is the use of data mass signifiers, no guessing about only numbers. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. So I think it's more straightforward, right? And but the like the week specific like day is, but it's just using a Japanese way to say things. Yeah, just you know got like a disadvantage and advantage. So yeah. Yeah, this is just a I tend to drink tons of coffee per day, right? And because I'm not just about streaming. After that, I start coding. Okay, and I spend most of my waking hours actually coding. So this is like a side project. I want to chat with folks because yeah, yeah, um, um, because I'm also developing a VR and sort of immersive environments game that's helping folks to learn language and communicate, social, something like that. And also, I tend to add a little bit like AI into uh, the thing that's while you immerse yourself, you actually talk to that person, and that person is AI enables. Plug that into some like AI model that can talk and move. Talk is simple, right? Really achieve that. So, for example, like ChatGPT Pro, ChatGPT Advanced Voice Models really support talking, right? But actually being able to move, that's a totally different story, right? And if you want like also support multiple um, like player to play at the same time, yeah. So I tend to make it like a small session of a controlled environment with a lot of player playing. Yeah, it's just some like crazy idea developed. I did a lot of things, right? So yeah. So yeah, but I need to drink coffee because a ton of things I have to keep myself like really sharp. And, knee, eh. Yeah. I think I just need to touch a tiny little bit about the knee and yeah. So let's continue. So another usage of knee is about time, okay? And yeah, this do involve a lot of like conventions and the difference between the English and Japanese, but I don't want to confuse you folks with all that. So let's just stick with this, and I'm going to add a specific section to discuss this later, right? So just bear with me. So, for example, if I want to say I wake up at 7 o'clock, right? So 7 o'clock. So first is not nana, right? I know nana is 7, but for a specific time is shichiji, right? Shichiji ni wake up. Actually, literally means going up, right? So it's like okimasu. So let's look at this sentence here. So 7時に起きます. I wake up at 7 o'clock. It's not 6 o'clock. Sorry, I'm late. 6 o'clock is 7 o'clock. Sorry. So 7時に起きます. It's not 7時. It's 7時に起きます. That's more natural, I think. Arguably. And if you say 7, people will understand. But yeah, I prefer to say 7時に起きます. So this ni means a specific time, okay? Like 時間 point 時間 point. So it's like the point of time. So just imagine the time not as a like specific number around the clock. We're going to extend this time as a timeline. And then we got point on this timeline. Specific point, specific point, specific point, specific point. Right? So this is called 時間 point. And you indicate this specific point, this specific point in the flow of time, right? This specific time. So this oh my god, it's tongue twister. This specific time is like 7時, right? 7 o'clock. So basically we'll say, oh, through all this flow of time, I'll wake up at this time. Like 7時に起きます. Okay? So basically it's that a specific point at this timeline. Okay, and so for example, you like it's Yorbi, right? Specific time. You unwrap all this Yorbi, and then oh, gets Yorbi. That specific time, right? And I think it's a time range, right? That gets Yorbi. It's not just like a moment in time, but a little bit philosophical about this is that there's no specific point. All that is a range. Oh my gosh. But let's go back. So Gitsuyobi, at that day, during that day, something may happen, right? So you use ni to indicate that specific yobi, that specific day during the week, have certain thing will happen, right? Gitsuyobi ni. So for example, if you go to school, maybe some like Japanese test, right? So 月曜日にテストがあります means that exists, right? There is a test. And you are saying a specific point in the flow of time, right? This is 月曜日。月曜日にテストがあります。Right? So, yeah. So, if you are doing some introduction, like specific year, specific month, something like that, you all can use ni to indicate that flow of time, the specific, like 2025, right? Ni. And then specific okay? So this is yeah, that's the specific time you use ni. Very simple. But there is so much more. Because 使うの場合は使わないのケースは、I think the cases that you can't use is a thing that I need to remember. Because it's just a, like really few specific expression that you don't need to use, and you can't use, in fact. And I think the general rule of thumb is that if you got a precise, like 絶対的の時間, it's like you got like all this time flow, and then you point to a specific date or specific month, specific year, all that. This is a very typical use cases of ni. But if it's not this, it's not like a specific time, but rather it's a relative time, you don't use it. Okay? Ni is like you grab that specific time and you indicate that's absolute. Oh, hello. Oh, I missed all the chats. Oh my gosh, I missed all the chat. Oh, it seems that I need to like swipe a little bit in order to see the chat. But I just ignored it. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really sorry if I watch the like replay. I'm really sorry. I missed all the chat because I'm not familiar with with this app, and yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter because, yeah, I'm like always there. Okay. So don't worry. Yes, I think it's also a very good attitude towards life because you don't need to be stressed, right? Life can be pretty tolerant about making mistakes, right? Sometimes they make mistakes and they will like pretty depressing at first, but yeah, it's you can make tons of mistakes, right? Um, okay, I'm to organize this a little bit because yeah, it can be pretty um, complex pretty quickly. I don't want to do that, so I will try to make this like organized. This is like no difference. Like ni to no sky. Yeah, very good. Part one and part two. Yeah, very straightforward. Ni no e no ni to e no chikai. Part one and part two. Yeah, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the naming convention is going crazy. Bonyari. Specific time? Yeah, Nino time. Yeah. That's pretty good. Nino time. Nino time. Hello, Blue Butterfly. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm like organizing things. I've read, record a lot of things, so I will make him more organized. So 日曜日にテストがあります。月曜日、sorry, 月曜日にテストがあります。So I am going to make this. Ooh, okay. Make this 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it 5. I tend to make this like a example based. So just like learning anything, you need to have a pretty good example of a specific thing, and then you understand your practice. You know what's the meaning of this, and what's the difference between this and that. 会社に行きたくない。会社に行きたくない。Everyone don't want to go to work, so everyone can say this. 会社に行きたくない。私もね、会社に行きたくない。But ironically, if you don't want to go to 会社, you actually need to start up a 会社. Then you become 会社. That's deep, man. That's deep. Like finally need to go to 会社 because you open up a 会社 and you continue this loop by creating new 会社 and then let other people to go to your company, go to your 会社. That's just crazy. Yeah, but basically how the whole system works by creating, and I think this is like currently before the AI ages, like how human think is the most efficient way to distribute resources. Yeah. So maybe that's the case, but I think with the AI, maybe it's not the case. So nobody knows. 月曜日にテストがあります。いや、テストがあります。テストがあります。Then 起きます。Location. Location of existence. 何々いるある教室に学生があります。Like, yeah. Samantha 023. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I'm flattered, to be honest. I'm actually people actually join the stream because for a pretty long time, for many years, I stream without anyone watching. You know what? I'm really hardworking and I stake. I continue to create content even though nobody's watching. Some of the on-demand videos and actually nobody watches the on-demand videos. And you know what? I continue to do that, and that's the reason. Right now, it's like the ranking first because sometimes some products or some projects do require persistence of a crazy person. That's from my personal experience. 教室に学生がいます。教室に学生がいます。There are students in the classroom. 教室に is a specific place. はい、教室に学生いる場所。Yeah. いるあるYeah, this is a little bit complex. Let me just rehearse a little bit so I can better explain this. Yeah, this is a hard one to explain. Let me yeah, pretty hard to explain. Let me think of a way to explain things. Yeah, it's a bit hard to explain. I can't do that directly. Hey, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm just about to start recording, so yeah, just a good time to say hello to J and A. All right, welcome, and I'm gonna start recording now. Okay, so this is like behind the scene boot camp. This is the main camera, so I'm going to face it that way. But you folks can see the behind the scene, and after the session, I'll start chatting with the folks. So yeah. Let's just let's get started. All right, let's talk about another very important usage of the ni. Okay, we talk about 教室, 教室, classroom. Okay, so this time I'm going to use a different method. So I will give you a sentence and let's analyze all this together because it's a little bit complex. The easy one we already passed, right? So let's start with the hard one. So 教室に student 学生がいます Okay? Let's start with this sentence. So 教室 is like classroom. 学生 student います exist. Okay? So basically this means that there are some students in this classroom. So 教室に学生がいます So why do we need to add ni here? Right? This is a very typical exist sort of usage case. So 存在 exist in specific place. So 場所存在場所を表すの時ににを使う So basically all the students they didn't exist until you provide a specific 場所 a specific place to showcase that they exist. Okay? So that's the reason you add 教室, you add classroom, and then using に to indicate that this is all this 学生, this is all these students の存在場所。存在場所を表す。表す means show, showcase. Showcase there is a specific place for 学生 to exist, to 存在。Right? And this 学生がいます。Right? This is a typical いる。Right? いる. It's like to exist. Like to be or not to be. Right? To exist. Especially for like people and animals and you want to say that they exist, using いる. います. You must just make it more polite. いる, you must. Right? And so for example, yeah, いる. For example, ある. Right? So ある and いる is a little bit different. So ある is like 建物. Right? So it's not alive. So 物とか建物とか like basically like 机の上に本があります。ある is for not alive thing. I know a little bit derail from the に but I want you folks to know why we use like 学生がいます rather than あります。So if you just describe some books, maybe that's あります。いる is like alive. ある is like not alive. And so if you look at here, the sentence that we need to discuss is 教室に学生がいます。So use the combination of に and いる or に and ある. Using combination, that means all this 学生 or animal even, like human is or kind of animal, right? And they exist in a certain 存在場所. And essentially, using に to use an indicator that all this living thing or not living thing, they exist in a certain 存在場所. And you are 存在場所を表す. You're basically expressing this existing place. Okay? And, of course, just like previously we discussed about like に to の difference. We also need to compare に and で の difference. Because if you learn something, you not only need to learn what's included, but also another concept and what's the line. While you cross the line, you enter the realm of another concept. Okay? So, yeah. So in the next video, we're going to discuss the difference of に versus で. にのとにとでの違い勉強する. Okay? In the next video. Okay? And there are lots of differences. So, yeah. See you next video. Right. So I get a little bit distracted because I saw some people talk to me, so I need to like reply. So sorry. How to? Oh, I can't close it. If I close this, I will. Okay, I'm going to put it back here. Okay, I dropped the phone. I don't know where. Okay. Where's the phone? Okay, that's strange. Okay, here. Sorry. Yeah, I got tons of things going on, and this is like a makeshift place to hold my phone, and yeah, come naturally that I drop the phone because yeah, I already expect this phone to be dropped. So let's think of a way. Think of a way to place the phone somewhere safe. Okay, change of plan. What about I put the phone here? Yeah, I can actually do that. I can put the phone here. And then I'm going to put the phone here. Yeah, two phones got a difference of sizes. Okay, let's check a makeshift solution. Okay, what about I take all this phone? Okay, I'm